All right, now this was the last day my ex-wife and I had any type of depth to our relationship. We didn't consummate anything. She was living with a guy. That's why we came together. It's back when I was the big fornicator. And believe it or not, the Lord had called me out of astrology in the Catholic Church about 6 months later, around April of 2012. But it was on 11/21. It was on a Monday. Never forget it. And I sort of backed out of the situation. And we ended up just having a lot of deep, heavy conversation face to face at my house. And she had been living with a guy for about a year and a half, or in this relationship with the guy she's still engaged to for about a year and a half. And this was the last day. So, you know, it's a high watch day for me, but it should not be for y'all. That's just my flesh getting involved, because I think we've all pretty much clearly have seen, though, that she is tied to Trump. But I think there's going to be more to it when it goes down than just something that's simple. And I know there's things we could point to any day, but December 12th is now something I'm taking a hard line look at. And Bill O'Reilly, Donald Trump tour. It's called the History Tour. You're going to find out that one of them is the 12th, and he's in Orlando. Let me load the Bible study that none of y'all watch. Hang on just a second. That was sarcasm. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm getting really big on December 12th, just because, and I'm big on a lot of dates, but I'm hoping something, look at that, December 12th. Now you got Sunrise, Florida. Sunrise, yo, sunrise, sun god. And you got Amway Center. This thing's, look at that. Then we got Toyota. Then we got American Airlines. Well, why do we like the 12th? Go back to yesterday's video. When did the coronavirus COVID-19 begin? December 12th. You go to www.who. Who dat? Wasn't that link, man? Which one was it? cdc.gov. That was it. Right there, December 12th. If that's when it began, then why not be when this all begins? Now, does that mean that's when he's going down? Well, he might go down in sunrise the day before. I don't know. But I could see him going down right down, because this is all right around where I live. And they've called this stuff the I-4 corridor. Watch this. They said it decided the 9/11 election, decided it. The I-4 corridor decided the 2000 election. Florida's I-4 corridor, where presidents get picked. Straight up. I'll never forget it. I was like, really? Right where I live? Because I live in Auburndale, Florida, which sits directly right off the Interstate 4, which sits directly between Tampa and Orlando. And that's exactly where they said the election was decided. Again, they trolling us the whole time, y'all. Anyway, let's watch this. Let's just see where all this is, because I'm curious myself. I want me just to be like all over the place here. Act like you know what you're doing, boy. Act like you got a clue. what's it called? The BB&T Center. Did I seriously like already click off that? Hang on, I'll get it back. Let's get back to the lecture at hand. So Sunrise, Florida to Orlando, Florida. BBT Center, Sunrise. Let's go to BBT Center. BB&T Center. The other one will be Amway. And that's, by the way, that's on Church Street. Florida Live Arena. All right, it's not the I-4 corridor. I thought Sunrise was over in Tampa. So I'm going to be way down in South Florida, Sunrise, Florida. I'm going to be in South Florida. Okay, my bad. Hey, my bad. Get off my case, man. So that's down there where he lives. That's down there where that girl lived. Well, she lived in West Palm. There it is. Sunrise, Florida. I get it. I got it. It's 215 miles. Y'all, I just saw that number come up. What was that? Oh, it had to do with Trump too. Anyway. So from the 11th to the 12th. Okay. And then it's the 18th and the 19th. So they're 7 days apart. December 11th to the 18th, the 12th to the 19th. So I guess that's a Saturday and a Sunday. And then a Saturday and a Sunday. And the new moon, it's on a Saturday. So we got to keep an eye on that date. Absolutely. It's Florida, Florida, Texas, and Texas. Michael said, did you receive my comment regarding Trump releasing a book on December 11th called Our Journey Together? OJT. From your video titled Illness Dates versus Our Potential Dates. I said, I'm all over it, man. Great info. I'm looking into a lot hard right now. That 12/12 date is when he's up the road from me in Orlando. I mean, that Amway, that is up the road from me. Boom. It's 46.4 miles away. Straight up. Straight up. Boom. I just can't wait. They'll come knocking on my door. You have an alibi? They'll have me superimposed in these videos and stuff like I did it. I'm just kidding. Sorry, I may have posted the same comments more than once today. Looks like my comments were hidden. And no need to Apollo. So this was Michael's comment. Trump is releasing a book called Our Journey Together on December 7th. 80 years prior was on December 12th, which supposedly, attack at Pearl Harbor. And he said, our journey together comes to winter storm warning on 3 of the 4 base ciphers. It also comes to November 23rd. The Third World War, Trump bankrupts America, America bankrupt, and the 23rd Psalm and the Grim Reaper, sixth seal. Well, 23rd Psalm is huge. Now, remember, December 7th came up a lot when we searched dates. And we know that that date is when World War II started for America. And so Trump going down would be what kicks off World War III for America. And I did see his. I think it's in my prep, I believe. Michael Jack comment. There it is. Actually made it really nice. Our Journey Together, Trump releasing a book, blah, blah, blah. Our Journey Together comes to winter storm warning. November 23rd, the Third World War, Trump bankrupts America. These are worth repeating. America bankrupt, the 23rd Psalm, and the Grim Reaper, sixth seal. That's big, 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 big. Ohio State is called the Horseshoe, by the way. Rider on the white horse. That's where they dot the I, the dotting of the I. You with me? He's on about the 37.5 to the 38-yard line when they dot that I. They're called the Buckeye, the Buck Full Moon, the Buck Rabbit, the Buck Deer that regrows its antlers. It's all about regeneration. That's why the stag or the buck or the stag was symbolized all over the movie Get Out. It was all over the movie Skyfall. It was on Trump's home in Scotland, or Bond's home in Scotland in Skyfall. Got a series of photos. That's the dotting of the I. That's the I right there. And notice it's a gigantic horn called a tuba. A little bit better angle. You can see it's almost the 38-yard line, but not quite. If you had to pick a yard line, you would say it was on the 38-yard line. If you had to pick one, but you don't. Yeah, it's in between 37 and 38, basically 38. Is Trump going to Ohio at all? Well, not on that book tour. That's really what I was wondering, was on that book tour, is he going? Because, you know, Kent State, for dead in Ohio and all that. The history tour, President Donald Trump. That's the December 12th date. That's what I wanted to make sure we went over. Obviously, we have. That's all for the prep. Were y'all blown away? Like, by the way, Michael said Laura Rutledge comes to Florida Gators in 3 of the 4 main gematria ciphers. So she was born into whatever it is she is. She is something very special, and quite possibly was from birth. She is all over our sports television. She does, and she is the host of, or hostess of, NFL Live. Laura Rutledge, NFL Live. She was Miss Florida. Laura Rutledge, SEC Nation. She does the NFL and college. It's ridiculous. Beautiful girl. Fun, great personality. But I've watched her wear like witch outfits, basically, the way she dresses sometimes. Very gothic. Sometimes she dresses as a witch. And of course, today she was in purple with a scarlet background. Just see the previous video. It was absolutely nutty. Well, and she's always acting like Paul Finebaum, which is 33 years older than her. From 1955 to 1988, from July to October. They always get together and have a party, basically. So I am going to take a look at gematria, our journey together. There's Paul's birthday. And when I looked at their age difference, 121, 22, 12, 1, 22. And what's so crazy is the person that I know whose birthday was May Day has a daughter, and her daughter's number came to the exact reverse, 22, 1, 21. That was October times 11 times 2011, 22, 1, 21. Now that's just mathematical anomalies that don't mean anything, but that just goes to show you how my head keeps track of numbers, period. And dates. Dates and numbers. Dates are numbers. So numbers. That's the age difference between those two. And those two are a pair. I mean, an absolute pair. But her birthday being on the Donnie Darko date, and when Trump announced he had the illness, you know, I mean, one thing we'd probably want to look at is, let's put her at the forefront. Yeah, he's 55 and she's 88. It's crazy, right? So let's see if any of her dates, well, there's the 121 again right there. When does she hit on one? When does she hit on 121, 22, which is the number I just gave you in the reversal, because it's actually coming up next month, which is just nutty to me. On the 10th, right before the tour starts. 121, 22. Hold on. No, that was the girl's number. 22, 121. That was her and Paul Finebaum's exact difference. 121, 22. Holy mackerel. Hang on a second, Chief. Are you kidding me? Now, I get that that's a coincidence. Totally get it. It's a coincidence. It's a coincidence. I get it. 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 Paul Finebaum, do it again. July. Didn't he 26th? Paul Finebaum birthday. Yes, it's 26 because I remember it's the number 4 agape, which is G26, 726. So 726, 1955. You've got to be kidding me. Because you know how big that college football is in their world, man. It's everything. Their whole world's college football and movies and music. But college football and NFL have, but I see college way bigger in the occult world than I do pros. Their Super Bowl halftime show is a different story. I remember when I thought football was pure and real, but I knew their halftime show was Illuminati, but I equated just the halftime show. Now, by the way, Tom Brady, TB12. That's his brand. It's another reason we look at the 12th. Could be. Because, by the way, December 12th is 12/12. And if we were to write it out, it would be 12. Hold on. Let's make, how big are these numbers here? Seriously? Okay, not going to tell us. 72. Okay, so I'm going to make all of these 72 in size. One, 12, 12. I'm an idiot. That's December 12th. That's 121.22. You've got to be kidding me. That's the exact reversal of the daughter of the girl that I know very well. And that's the difference between Paul Finebaum and Laura Rutledge and Laura Rutledge in December 10th. And her birthday is on the Donnie Darko date, 1/21/22. That's just fascinating to me. Could mean absolutely nothing. Which ends up making the date I'll put a period on anything, won't I? 12. Oh, I tried to arrow over and I was hitting the dot. 12, 10, and if you drop the zeros, which they drop zeros, they don't count zeros. You get 121.22. I'll tell you what's left over. Okay, so let's drop the zeros. Let's put them in a gray and pretend they're not there. And then the numbers used, we'll keep in that color. And then this is what's left over. Look what's in green, 121. So that 121 number. Now that's a coded cipher that I came up with based off nothing. But something made me look at it because of somebody's daughter I know. But that's based off Paul Finebaum and Laura Rutledge, period. And all these clues in these movies, and Donnie Darko, and I Pet Goat, and The Dark Knight Rises, and Tenet. None of that points to any of this, except Dark Knight Rises 121. Because there's a 121 there. There's a 121 there. When you take off the 121, you got a 222 is left over. You got Earl's O2 and his O2 and his O2 and his O2. You got my 22 divorce date. You got the 1212 for the church. 12 times 12. 144,000, 12 times 12. This is nutty. And mainly because I'm a nut. So there's all of Laura Rutledge's, there's Laura Rutledge. Then there's her maiden name, Laura McKean. And by the way, December 11th, December 11 comes up in page 1. March Madness comes up. Great Reset comes up. The Storm comes up. The Matrix comes up. All that comes up in page 1 of her maiden name. Laura McKeeman. Hurricane. So I'll go ahead and go to the next page, but I won't bore you until I find something. Well, Band of Horses comes up. Well, that's the white horse, red horse, black horse, pale horse. Who would search Band of Horses to make it worthy enough to be on the second page of the search? I mean, so that's the AI telling us basically the 4 horses. I mean, the AI, you just wouldn't believe how smart, and the twins comes up, demons are. I mean, most of your gematria is not put up by humans. That's meaningful to Trump's assassination or to Trump being the Antichrist. It's put up by the AI doing searches until it puts enough searches where it's on a certain page. That said Donald Trump, by the way. Deep Purple did come up, and she wore purple today. So not a lot. Make America Great Again comes up under her maiden name. Her born name, Bond, James Bond, comes up. And I guess I'll hit it one more time. The numbers, by the way, are April 26th, July 8th, and November 8th, or January 18th. Not much else there out of the numbers that I see. And yeah, I mean, I'm seeing stuff, but nothing that's, really pointing to anything big. And then let's do a gematria search on her current name, and I'll pause. Well, we do get Baron Trump from Laura Rutledge. You get October 10th, which is the transfer portal date. You're like, well, the transfer portal date's January 10th, goofball. Yes, but that's the Donnie Darko overlay. Goes back to October 10th, and that was when he talked to his high school teacher, science teacher concerning time travel. So I'm just saying. October 10th is, remember she's born on the 2nd. And then it does move throughout the movie that one of the dates it then also shows besides October 2nd in the beginning is October 10th. I think the 6th and the 10th. About time for me to watch those movies again, isn't it? Because I keep learning new stuff. Like y'all keep learning new stuff. We learn stuff from each other. So when I go back and watch the movie, I'll see something that I've learned from y'all or something that through y'all I've come up with, or through one of y'all's YouTube videos. February 5th pops up, February 8th pops up. And so when I watch Donnie Darko again, I do buy Untuck It. I actually bought that shirt. I'm waiting for the AI to embarrass me one day with something, and y'all go, you bought that? I'll be like, no. Only takes one day for the AI to do you wrong, wind up in jail. But I don't think they have that kind of power to do that to us. Secret movie, full buck moon. Florida Gators, like Michael said, boom. Nice job, Michael. Yeah, she comes up to Florida Gators. That's insane. The end is coming. So I don't know what y'all think about that, but that's build that wall. Not a lot does she come up with, but the fact that see her and Paul Finebaum come on every Saturday. Y'all need to watch SEC Nation next week. Watch it change next week, but not SEC Nation next week. No, that's on Saturdays. That's the pregame show. Every Friday on the Paul Finebaum show, Paul is on location. And they just have this amazing relationship. Let's just see what pops up. It's not actually showing the two of them together. There's Dan Mullen as Darth Vader last year. At Alabama. I wish that one would pop up. Yeah, I think I got rid of it. Oh, B. Laura Rutledge on the Paul Finebaum show. I mean, that's all they do is cut up. They have this great relationship. I guess nothing comes
Want
up.
an easy way to see if you could save money on car insurance?
So, yeah, nothing. Oh, well. Thanks. Hang on, I'll try a search from ESPN. Hang on. By the way, look at their thumbnail. Look at the yoni right there. That's what I'm telling you, man. College football is so big in their world. It just, and I did a search on her daughter's name too, her daughter's full name, Reese, because it's kind of like she's the Bond girl. And you remember she had a daughter in the movie. And so she puts this daughter everywhere. In the Bond movie, it was Mathilde was her name. So, but this is pretty freaky stuff. Her birthday is the Donnie Darko beginning date. The distance between, let's do another simple search. Laura Rutledge and Paul Finebaum are a fantastic pair. Let's just see if there's any articles that could be. Here's them interacting together. Here we go. We finally found something.
If that isn't enough news, only the biggest country.
So and that's what they do. And they banter and they joke. And now they don't even talk football anymore. When she comes on for her 10-minute spot, they just talk about goofy stuff and they laugh and they joke. It's almost like they flirt. You know what I'm saying? And they're just this amazing pair.
Nebraska, maybe Oregon would be a spot. And by the
This is them talking about football. Of course, this is SEC championship week. You can tell they're in Atlanta. But when she comes on the show each week on Fridays, if y'all can watch it. It's pretty interesting. I think we're pretty much done. I did want to show y'all some other college football stuff I came up with. Fakery, if you're interested, and some esoteric items, if you're interested.
Some might say, why do you watch? Because I get a kick out of.
And so this was not the first one. They loaded at different times, didn't they? That wasn't the first one I recorded from the Ohio State, Michigan. This one was. Yeah. And what the problem is. I don't know. I don't know which one was first. But here's the esoteric of the Ohio State receivers. Watch this. Earth, Wind, and
To
Fire.
their core, they are occultists.
What's your favorite nick?
So Earth, Wind, and Fire, of course. And, you know, all their album covers were very occultish. Earth, Wind, and Fire. Their songs were occultish.
Nickname for the wide receiver
Serpentine Fire was one of them.
room or you as a group? Someone wrote a note down here.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's y'all's deal. Y'all are all about Earth, Wind, and Fire. I was right in back of Herb Street at a rent-a-car back in the late 90s in Baton Rouge. And he was whining. He was a kid then. He was much younger. And he was just whining like a little baby about how tired he was to Fowler.
Twin Fire. That's a band right there.
Why is the volume so low, man? Man. Come on, man.
Earth, Wind, and Fire here. I like that. I hear that. I like that.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. So these three receivers for Ohio State, they're called Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's their nicknames. So they're promoting the Earth, Wind, and the Fire. And so now this guy's going to come on, Fowler, who was with him getting the rent-a-car. It was right at the airport where you go right to the tarmac, over to the rent-a-car. That was a band that their parents listened to back then. Little shining star, the man says. Shining star. What is the shining star? Tell us.
Shining star. Shining star. Shining star. Shining star. Shining star.
You mean the blazing star, the shining star? Oh, you mean Sirius, the dog star. Jit. Yeah, that's what he means. That's what he means. And then later on, they give you a little expose on it. Earth, Wind, and Fire. And of course, One of them scored the first touchdown. The other one scored the second touchdown in the scripted. And I'll show you the scripted plays.
Olave went and most of fire. How do we settle on that?
How do we settle on Earth, Wind, and Fire? Oh, I don't know.
Hardline actually had a player
Oh, Coach Hartline actually had a player that did. Yeah.
help because they actually like the name. So
They actually like the names. Yeah, they were scripted to do it, and they were like, hey, we actually like it. But the kids know they were scripted to do it.
All right, again, as we've been saying, the game is faked on the defense. The offense goes and does their job, and the defense lets you score. That's
So look over to my far right. Can y'all see my cursor? See the number 2? That's one of the best wide receivers in all of college football. He's going to run right towards that goal post. It's called a post route. This safety, you see 46 here in white. You see the red 53. Over him is the white 46. And in back of him, you can see the helmet and shoulder pads of the safety. Now, there's another corner and another receiver way out of your picture to the far right. But he's going to open his hips to the sideline, turn his back to the goalpost, let the best receiver in college football get going with extreme amount of speed and momentum. And once he's cleared to catch the ball, then the safety will turn around and act like he's going to go get him. Same with this guy. This guy's going to act like he don't know nothing
9
about nothing.
out of 10 times how the game is faked. Don't get me wrong. There's special teams.
It's usually faked on defense, is all I was saying. So that guy in the background, watch him.
Then there's that safety way back there in the back.
Got it. We got it. I zoomed in on him. Yeah. For my Facebook people.
Easy to see when you know the game of football. Let's slow it down. Look at that.
I'll slow it way down for you. All right. Now watch number 2 here. He's going to release. Watch this guy turn his back to the goalpost where the guy's running. He could clearly see where this guy's running. Now, see, there's a corner to the far right. He's just getting out of the way. He gives him plenty of space to run this post route wide open in the end zone. And then once the guy's clearly got him beat, he'll turn and run with him for a super easy pitch and catch. How easy was that? He's got his back turned to the goalpost. He's giving him that space. And then he'll flip his hips and turn and run with him. Way too late. And that's your fake college football. That's how they fake it. They fake it on defense. I did that one. I did that one.
I get a kick out of how fake it all is and how people can't see it. So I'm here to help you.
No sarcasm necessary. This, again, was a video I put on Facebook, and that's who I'm talking to. So,
Yeah.
so what happens in this play? I forget. Oh, the guy's going to come out of the shadows there. So here's your safety here. He ain't going to pay any attention to number 5 streaking down the field. He's going to act like he's looking at this tight end coming over here when this guy's got him. And then he's going to act like he's got him, and he's going to act like he's got him. And nobody's paying attention to number 5. This safety should be paying attention to number 5. But again, he's going to turn his back on him. This corner is going to let him release out, let him beat him, then run with him. And then and only then, look at that, wide open. Wide open. So let's look at it from a different angle. That safety number 3 there should have been all, and that should have been 2. That should be number 3 and number 12 running down the field with him. And number 3 just acted like his attention was elsewhere. And what do the announcers always say on TV when that happens? Oh, well, they call it eye discipline. They call it bad eye discipline. They'll say he got tricked, he got faked, he got this, he got that. I don't know which number it was. Oh, it was 15. I think that got faked. Yeah. 3 got faked, but it was 15 that'll come into your picture over here from the left. One of them, I forget. I'm not sure which one it was, but that's how they fake it. It's a joke. And you know, the players, there's a lot of times when I see the coaches and the players, they just don't seem as into it as they used to. Reese Catherine Rutledge, born on her mama's birthday, October 2nd, the Donnie Darko date. That's the date that Trump said he had it. You've got to be kidding me. I just saw the birthday. So her daughter was born on the day. No. Trump said he had it on 2020. My bad. The year before, though. So I've got gematria up. Michael, if you want to take a look at it. Reese Catherine Rutledge. I'd rather you do it. Reese Catherine. And just plain old Reese. And there's the 606 or the 66 right there. And there's the 86 right there. And then there's 144. So that looks like the magic number from their standpoint right there. For December 7th. The Archer Zodiac, he had a bow and a crown was given to him, which means Trump has to go down before December 20th or 21st. If the bow has to do, now the bow that he had could be the moon he was born under. His moon sign, the moon was in Sagittarius, the bow on his birth chart when he was born. So that could be what it means. But that girl, that's kind of a big deal. The numbers that popped up there for sure. But I don't see any dates popping up yet, which is really all I'd really be interested in. That's how fast I search when it's just me. But if I'm talking to y'all, I can get sidetracked real quick. I can usually run down these things pretty quick. But if I start thinking about it that I'm doing it with y'all, then I'll lose. I saw that lock something. Sweet Home Alabama and Donald Trump. June 12th. I've seen those before, by the way. I've seen these numbers pop up before. It was December 14th popping up. Jared Kushner and stuff. All right, nothing much with Reese. The girl's got 2 other names that might be worth looking at. And her full name might be something worth looking at. And I'll just do it with y'all real quick. Y'all can hang up. This will be the last thing I do. If you're not interested, y'all can head out. And I love you. Baron William Trump. Is that the kid's name? Baron Trump, full name. That's his name. So Reese, her full name actually comes to Trump's son's full name. That's weird. Wonder if she's like Trump's real daughter. Like Trump and that woman had a daughter. How funny would that be? November 21, that's today's date. Wow. That's weird. That is weird, isn't it? In gematria, it comes to 2552, 1410, and 235. The code of the Antichrist is what that girl's full name comes to. I bet we should look up Paul Finebaum in gematria. What do you think? Got to 121, y'all. And 726 his birthday. Shut up. Paul Finebaum's name comes to 726, which is his birthday, and the 121. No wonder they propped him up. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? April 7, April 15, 9th of September. Did I see Damian Thorne? Damian Thorne. Yeah. Unreal. Christian Bale. It's so crazy. Trump's dead came up. Valentine's came up. I've often wondered, like, if Trump's going to go down during the autumn moon time, then what's all the hearts for as far as the Valentine? I think that would be when the nuclear explosion takes place, so it's just kind of a climactic event, and I pet goat from the Duke Nukem. That, by the way, my friend Adam did put out another video. I have yet to watch it. I need to. But we go to Solid Lion. And don't worry, Adam, I subscribe to you on my main channel, which is the one that runs through my TV. It's called The Dawn of Darkness is Coming. 2021 through the year I got married, 2007. It's got 007 on it. So, yeah, I just watched the very beginning of it. There's the 89, her next marriage, and the 90 would be her fourth marriage. Right there, second wife. To me, it was the 80. That 890 would be her next two marriage numbers. And boy, don't think I haven't seen that a lot in my day. So check that video out. And so Reese Rutledge was born on her mom's birthday. And her mom's birthday was born on the Donnie Darko date. And so Reese Catherine Rutledge, RKR 181118. By the way, y'all know how I do the James Bond stuff, right? Watch this. Daniel Craig, Wikipedia. You know how I do numbers and stuff. He's born March 2nd, 1968. March times second times 1968. You know how they don't count the zero? There's the 88 right there in his number. It's kind of like they do the same numbering system that the Lord showed me to do, where you do things by multiplication. And that Jeffrey Wright guy, well, I can show you my yearbooks. That's Earl's cousin. And he wore 45, which was me and my second wife's combined number, 45. And he's in these Bond movies. Jeffrey Wright. Jeffrey Wright, IMDb. He's not popular enough to really have a Wikipedia page that gives his birthday. Well, in other words, there'd be more than one Jeffrey Wright, but if you go to the movies, then you'll get December 7th, 1965. Yeah, it wasn't his, it was somebody else's. Oh, it was that girl. July 1st, 1985. She's got the third marriage number. The one that Bond fell in love with in the final movie. There was some other strange oddities. Anyway, I looked at all of them's like numbers and stuff. One of them had the 86 or an 886. Who was that? The Vesper Lind girl had my birthday of July 6, 1980. That was 316. Was it the no time? Was it the, oh, I looked up a lot of them's stuff, didn't I? Was it Diana Rigg and George Lansby, maybe, when I looked up their birthdays? The guy that played Bond. And the lady that got killed that Bond married. So Bond's only actual wife. She was July 20th, 1938. We talked about that. That was when The Dark Knight Rises came out. Wasn't her. See, I didn't run their number. Whose number? Associated with that movie. Maybe it was the, I can't remember. I won't waste your time with it. The daughter, the Matilde, the mom. By the way, the mom, Bond's love interest in No Time to Die, had a mom in the movie. They got killed at the beginning of the movie. In real life, her name is Matilde. In the movie, her daughter's name is Matilde. That's freaky. So we need to look at that, don't we? In gematria. We need to look at it. Because why would they use Madeline's mother's name is Matilde? And that was the actual name of the girl, Lisa Dora Sonnet played Matilde. It's Math, I-L-D-E. Math, I-L-D-E. Already looked it up, didn't I? Didn't come up with much, did I? The scarab, isn't that what goes over the right eye of that boy in I Pet Goat? They call it a scarab. The bug that crawls over his eye. What is a scarab? It's that large beetle. And see, that's what crawls over his eye in I Pet Goat. It's an Egyptian. It's all about Egypt and all that kind of stuff. That's weird. Matilda comes to Hitler, y'all. Which we think it's Hitler's birthday. Saw Muhammad and his ladybug and yeah, there's not a lot there. This is either the best video we ever did, or it's the worst video I've did in months. And why do I say that? I say that because this anomaly that we found is everything, or it's nothing. And if it's everything, then this is the best video we ever did. The exact amount of days between Paul Finebaum and Laura Rutledge, if you then add them to Laura Rutledge birthday, you end up with the 10th of December, which is the day before the history tour starts, which would make all the sense in the world, because if you've ever heard the expression, your history, means you're dead. The history tour. You're dead. You're dead tour. If he goes down on the 10th, got to go back and look at those moon phases. Because it does move it up a few days. It would be a Friday. It would be a quarter. Perfect. I've always thought, astrologically speaking, he would have to go down on a frictional day, because that would be the birth chart of the opening of the Word of God. I mean, the book of Revelation. Anytime you have a moon squaring a sun, that is friction, a frictional day. And if you had that in your birth chart, then you were a frictional person. You were hard to get along with. You had strife. You had a lot of stuff going on in your life. And that would be the birth chart in reality of the opening of the book of Revelation on a square moon. It's squared. Their world, the square. I wonder, it'd be funny if that's what it was all about all along, the compass and the square. It's about the square of the sun and moon, because isn't it all about the sun and moon? Everything's about the sun and the moon, sun god and the moon goddess, eclipses, everything. $8.37. There's that 37 right there, and there's that 8. Wow. And the Trump history tour would start the next day. It's in between a waxing crescent and a waxing gibbonus. It is the first quarter. If you're watching a football game, at the end of the first quarter, the score is, right? Fascinating. And the full moon is on the 37, 1137. So 837 to 1137. So you got a 37 in both of them. The 8 to the 11. And then a 926. Hey, that's my grandson's birthday. That's the last quarter. Day after the pagan Christmas. I like the 10th. I like December 10th. I like it a lot. All right, love y'all. Check out Solid Lion. It's called Solid Lion Official now. I guess Adam changed the name of the channel, Solid Lion Official. And maybe because when you search Solid Lion, you don't get a lot of, you'll get a lot of minutia. That's why I had to change mine to, it used to be called like Daily Bible. I had to change it to TS Daily Bible Studies so you could be able to search it quickly. All right, love y'all. I thought I ended it and I didn't end it. Hilarious. Sorry. Let's do it again. Love y'all. Duh.